Julia, it's a snow day. What are you doing? Totally not dressing up as Veronica Sawyer and lip syncing to Heather's songs if that's what you think. Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing not a Christmas book haul, mostly a winter book haul because I actually didn't really get a lot of books this Christmas. I mostly got a lot of DVDs because I asked for a lot of movies, but that's not the thing. We're talking about books here. So I got some books before Christmas, after Christmas. I haven't done a book haul in a while because I haven't really bought any books or received any books, but today's the day, so here we go. So actually in the beginning of December, family vacation. That's what we did. So I, of course, were like searching for bookstores to go to, and we found this really cute one, really cool. So I got two books from there. First, it's two books that I've already read, and one of them I've had like 3 copies of. The first one I picked up, I was like, oh my god, they actually have a copy. That is A Ring of Endless Light by Madeline L. Idle. If you don't know, I really do love this book. I think it's one of my favorite books of all time. Recognize the author's name. She's the one who wrote A Wrinkle in Time. Personally, for me, I was more impacted by this one than A Wrinkle in Time. But still excited for that movie though. So this is actually the 4th book in a series, but I actually haven't read the other ones. Because if you don't know the backstory with this is, you remember last summer when Disney was like, it's a 100th Disney Channel like movie? So like on demand they had all these Disney Channel movies, and Disney Channel like has been around for like longer than I thought, and there was this Disney Channel movie called A Ring of Endless Light. Very, very different from the book, and I was like asking on Goodreads, do I have to read the order of the books, because I just really wanted to read it because I was really like it. So the plot, basically Vicky, she's this young girl and she's in this family and they go to this island every summer because her grandfather's kind of falling ill, and so this is kind of more of a coming of age story. There's magic realism, I believe, in it. Vicky can communicate with dolphins or feel their emotions, and there's also kind of a love square, but really there's not. It's mostly about her coming to deal with death, which is a huge part of this book. I feel like this is a very, very good book. I'm thinking of rereading this soon, even though I reread it last year too. And the second book I got, which I was referencing as before, is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban by J.K. Rowling. Now this isn't even my favorite book of the Harry Potter series. My favorite book is Deathly Hallows, hands down. Julia, why buy another copy of Prisoner of Azkaban that you already have 2? Well, the Marauders. If you don't follow me on Twitter, which you should, I'm obsessed with the idea of the Marauders. There's barely any mention of the Marauders in the book series or even in the movies. So I was thinking of actually getting this book and just tabbing all the parts of the Marauders in it, or a reference. Yeah, I'm one of those people who thinks the Fantastic Beasts movie should have been the Marauders movie, but no! J.K. Rowling doesn't want to do that. So for the next 3 books in this haul is that I'm in a club at school and we do a magazine every year with literary and like art formats, and we were doing a book drive to raise money for the thing. I got some books there because they were like $1 and $2, so you know. So the first one I picked up was Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. 9th grade English teacher really loves this book. This is her favorite Bronte book. I came home and my mom was like, oh god, not Jane Eyre. I really should have gotten the Scarlet Letter because I really wanted to read the Scarlet Letter because Easy A is like one of my favorite movies. Basically, I don't really know what this book's about. I gotta have a classic somewhere in this. The next book I picked up, this was the joke around the book sale, was that we were like, there's barely any paranormal romance in here, but there was this one. And my teacher was like, someone get this off my hands. And I'm like, I have a spare $1. Here, I'll take it off your hands. I really don't know what this is about. She risked her life to save his, believing she'd never see him again. But he has returned, challenging her destiny as an alpha wolf. Oh god. Anyway, the last one I got at the book drive was a book that I have already read, but it's in a beautiful condition and a beautiful copy. And it's Anne of Green Gables. Now I know that Brittany's probably like jumping up and down saying, oh my god, oh my god. So I've already read Anne of Green Gables. I really did enjoy it. I really think this is a beautiful copy of it. It's hardcover. The cover's gorgeous. Look at that. I'm actually really excited for the 2nd season of Anne with an E because personally, I actually really did enjoy it. A lot of Anne of Green Gables fans, though, don't really like it as much. So then, Christmas finally came, guys. Christmas finally came. So first off, if you don't know, Barnes & Noble, during Black Friday, they do this sale where basically you can get signed books for basically the price of as it would be a regular book. My parents were like, what books do you want? And I'm like, I would really like The Hate U Give. But there is a sale for a signed copy, so if you wanted to get that copy, that'd be fine. And they followed through, thanks guys. So, and then Angie Thomas. Like, this is like beautiful. You know, I've already read Hate You Give. It's one of my favorite books of the year. One of my favorite books ever. It's a fantastic book. If you don't know what this book is about, where have you been if you haven't read this or heard of it? Last book I got for Christmas was actually from my grandma, and it's called Moxie by Jennifer Mayhew. This is another book that I read this year and I absolutely loved her, and it's in the UK format, which I'm fine with. This is a beautiful edition of it. It reminds me of the actual magazine that our main character Vivian publishes. The thing that I have a problem with though is that since it's the UK edition, there's some grammar things that really annoy me. For you UKans or whatever, sorry. Sometimes your books don't have double, like, there's like one thing for dialogue and it's kind of getting annoying. I kind of want to get a Sharpie and like add another so it won't annoy me. Moxie follows a girl whose high school is very sexist, and she decides to start a feminist revolution, and it's wonderful and beautiful. So I basically have my 2 favorite books of the year from my family, so that's great. For another family trip, we went to New York. Of course, when you go to New York, you have to go to Strand, because Strand is like the best store ever, because basically it's the only store that really the hardcovers are cheaper than the paperbacks. So first off, I got Dear Reader by Mary O'Connell. If you're like, Julia, where is the actual physical copy of this? I have it in my backpack because I'm attempting to read it. I haven't started it yet, but sadly I didn't look up the Goodreads rating before buying this, and it all has like 2 stars. I'm now kind of debating of actually reading it, but we'll see what happens. Next book I got there was Eleanor Park, the collector's edition. Now if you're wondering, Julia, don't you already have a copy of this book? Yeah, I do. This was supposed to be one of Anna's Christmas presents. She gave away her only copy of Eleanor Park, and I was like, I'll buy it for her and surprise her. And I texted her saying, don't get another copy of Eleanor Park. She did. So I'm gonna send this book off to Peyton Reads. I also picked up there was Someone Else's Summer by Rachel Bateman. Now I believe this is also becoming a movie starring Bailey Madison. So basically what happens in this story is there's a girl named Anna and her sister, who's named Storm. Wow, someone must have really liked the X-Men. Her sister Storm basically dies on the night of graduation. Anna decides for the summer to do the bucket list that her sister wanted to do for the summer, and she decides to get some help from her next door neighbor, aka the boy next door, named Cameron. I will read it during the summer, but when school like right ends, I'll be like, but not yet because it's January. So next book I picked up was because Emma Books is known for her brilliant recommendations. I mean, both of my favorite books of this year have been from her recommendations. So she was praising the crap out of the Nowhere Girls, so I decided to get it. And again, she's right. This book is brilliant. So I know Moxie does deal with a lot of harsh topics. I think this one is a little more harsher. If you don't know what the Nowhere Girls is about, Nowhere Girls is about, in this town a girl got raped. People didn't believe her. Out of the humiliation she got, the family moved away. So these girls decided to start a group called the Nowhere Girls, where basically fight against the also sexism in the school, but also the rape and the sexual assault. I really loved this book. I felt it was very good impact. I feel like this is a book that really needs to be talked about. There's one part where I almost threw up, but I think that's what you have to go through to read about really harsh topics. Nowhere Girls, read it. And if you can't really deal with the harshness of Nowhere Girls, I do also recommend Moxie for being more your stepping stone into the Nowhere Girls. The last book I got is the paperback that cost $11, and all those hardcovers costed $9. So the paperback that I picked up was The Knife of Letting Go, Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. Now if you don't know, this is the first book in the Chaos Walking trilogy. Binged read it last summer, I guess, because we're in the year 2018. Because if you don't know, it's becoming a movie. Hopefully a good movie. So if you don't know what this book is about, I really actually don't want to tell you, because the thing that took me off with this book, that I didn't want to read it as much as a lot of people before the movie, was that it just sounds really stupid once you hear it, but it's really smart once you start reading it. I hope that makes sense to you, but that's how I felt with it. It's a very beautiful novel, a beautiful series, by the way. I got the first one because I just wanted to. Don't read any summaries of it. Just know that it's a better dystopian than Divergent and Hunger Games. And that is it for my winter book haul. It's winter book haul. We're just gonna say it's winter book haul. Ow! Hope you guys liked watching this video. I hope you like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below some books that you got. Have you read any of these books? What do you think of them? I'll see you guys later. Bye.